Gruel, Ahmad Mansour had driven his ambulance through 1,447 rescues, saving lives on both sides of Syria's brutal civil war. But on a scorching August afternoon, when armed men stopped his ambulance and showed him a photograph of his daughter, this man who never chose sides would have to make the choice that would destroy him. Some roads have no safe destination. Ahmad Mansour's calloused hands gripped the steering wheel of his battered white ambulance, navigating through the rubble-strewn streets of Aleppo with practiced precision. At 53, he's been a paramedic for 28 years, the last 12 spent driving through Syria's apocalypse. The ambulance itself is a miracle of survival. Dented, bullet-scarred, windows cracked and taped, but still running. The red crescent painted on its sides is faded, repeatedly repainted over bullet holes and shrapnel damage. "Ahmad, we have a call. Eastern District. Shelling casualties," crackles the radio. "It's Layla, the dispatcher at the Volunteer Medical Center." "Eastern, that's under rebel control," Ahmad responds, checking his fuel gauge. "The wounded are civilians, a family, children." Ahmad doesn't hesitate. "I'm going." His partner today is Karim, 24, new to this work. "Ahmad, is it safe?" "Safe? Nothing is safe, son. But they need help, so we go." This is Ahmad's philosophy, the code he's lived by since this war began. He doesn't ask about politics, religion, or which side controls the neighborhood. He asks only, is someone hurt? Then he goes. This neutrality has made him both respected and suspected by everyone. Government soldiers call him the Ghost because he appears anywhere, helps anyone. Rebel fighters call him Abu Mercy, Father of Mercy. Before the war, Ahmad owned a small auto repair shop in Aleppo's old city. His wife Salma taught literature at the university. They had 2 children, Noor, their daughter, now 22, studying medicine in Damascus, and Malik, their son, 18, who stayed in Aleppo to help his father. When Ahmad's shop was destroyed in the first year of fighting, he needed work desperately. "I can drive. I can fix things." "What do you need?" he asked at the Volunteer Medical Center. "Drivers who aren't afraid to go into danger," they told him. "I'm terrified of danger," Ahmad replied honestly, "but I'm more afraid of doing nothing." That was 12 years ago. Since then, Ahmad has driven through checkpoints, shelling, sniper fire, and bombing runs. He's evacuated wounded government soldiers from one neighborhood and rebel fighters from the next. "Don't you care who wins?" a government officer once asked him. "I care who survives," Ahmad answered. His wife Salma worries constantly. "Ahmad, one day, your luck will run out. Perhaps. But until then, I keep driving." Their son Malik works as Ahmad's regular partner, despite his parents' protests. Today, Karim is with him because Malik is recovering from a cold. They navigate through checkpoints to the Eastern District. The devastation is overwhelming. They find the family in a collapsed house. Mother, father, 3 children, and a grandmother. A shell hit their building an hour ago. Ahmad and Karim work quickly. The father is dead. The grandmother is dying. But the mother and 3 children might survive if they reach a hospital quickly. They load the ambulance. The youngest child, maybe 5 years old, keeps asking for his father. Ahmad just holds the boy's hand. Driving through the destroyed streets, Ahmad's radio crackles with a different voice, distorted and threatening. "Ahmad Mansour, we know who you are. You helped government dogs last week." Ahmad's blood runs cold. "I help anyone who's wounded. That's my job. Your job is to choose a side. You can't serve both masters. I serve mercy. That's my only master. Then mercy will cost you." The transmission cuts off. Ahmad's hands tighten on the wheel. Threats aren't new, but something about this feels different. He delivers the family to a hospital. The mother and children will survive. The attending doctor pulls Ahmad aside. "Ahmad, there are rumors. Some rebel groups are viewing neutrality as betrayal. Be careful." Ahmad returns to the medical center. Layla looks worried. "Ahmad, someone was here asking about you, about your family. Armed men, asking about your daughter in Damascus, your son." Fear cuts through Ahmad. He calls Salma immediately. "Where's Malik?" "He's here, resting." "Ahmad, what's wrong?" "Lock all doors. Don't let Malik leave the house. I'm coming home." He tries calling Noor in Damascus. No answer. He leaves an urgent message. That night, Ahmad stays home and tells his family about the threats. "Because I help everyone. Some people think I'm betraying their side." Salma is pale, but determined. "Maybe it's time to stop. We can leave Aleppo." "Where? There is no safe. And if I stop, who helps?" The argument is interrupted by Ahmad's phone ringing. Unknown number. Ahmad Mansour. A threatening voice. "Yes, your daughter. Noor studies at Damascus University, medical school. She lives in student housing, Al-Meza district, apartment 34B. Ahmad's heart stops. They know exactly where his daughter is. "Leave my daughter alone. She has nothing to do with this. Tomorrow, you will receive a call. There will be wounded fighters, our fighters. You will transport them immediately. You will refuse any government requests. You will work for us now. And if I refuse, your daughter is very pretty. It would be a shame if something happened to her. The line goes dead. Ahmad sits frozen. Salma sees his face and knows something terrible has happened. They threaten Noor. They know where she lives. They want me to work exclusively for them. Malik stands up angrily. We go to the authorities. Which authorities, son? There are no authorities in this war. He calls Noor again. This time she answers. Baba, what's wrong? Noor, you need to leave Damascus. Today. Right now. Your life is in danger because of my work. After convincing her, Noor agrees to go to their aunt's house in Latakia. The next day brings the promised call. Ahmad, we have wounded fighters. Come alone. Ahmad goes to the address, a bombed-out factory. He finds 8 wounded fighters, all rebel soldiers. A commander approaches. You're the famous neutral Ahmad. Not so neutral anymore. Today you help our people. Tomorrow you help our people. Every day you help our people. Understand? Ahmad loads the wounded into his ambulance. As he works, he notices some have only minor wounds. This isn't an emergency. This is a test. He drives them to a rebel field hospital. A young fighter, barely 17, thanks him. You saved my life. Ahmad looks at the boy's minor leg wound. You'll be fine, son. He returns to his ambulance, feeling sick. By helping these fighters, what if they return to battle and kill others? That afternoon, another call comes through official channels. Government checkpoint attacked. Multiple wounded soldiers. Ahmad, we need you. It's bad, Layla says. Ahmad makes a decision that might cost everything. I'm going. He arrives to find 6 soldiers wounded, 3 critically. Ahmad works frantically, loading them into the ambulance. One soldier grabs Ahmad's shirt. Thank you. My wife just had a baby. I thought I'd never see him. As he drives to a government hospital, his phone rings. The rebel commander. What are you doing, Ahmad? My job. Helping wounded people. We gave you clear instructions. You work for us now. I work for humanity. That hasn't changed. Your daughter in Latakia. Very smart of you to move her. But you have a son in Aleppo. Malik, 18 years old. Maybe. Ahmad nearly crashes. They know about Malik. You have a choice, Ahmad. Either you work exclusively for us, or we make an example of your family. Tomorrow another call will come. You respond immediately. No government calls, or Malik learns what happens to traitors' sons. That night, Ahmad explains everything to his family. I have 3 options. Work exclusively for the rebels, and protect you, but abandon half the people I could help. Continue as before, and risk your lives. Or stop completely, and abandon everyone. Malik speaks up. Baba, you can't stop. Too many people need you, and I can't risk your life. It's my life to risk. By dawn, Ahmad makes his decision. He calls the rebel commander. I'll work for you, exclusively, but you leave my family alone. Then Ahmad makes a second call, to a government intelligence officer he once helped. Major Khalil, I need to talk to you. Privately, they meet. Ahmad explains everything. The threats, his decision to work for rebels to protect his family. I'm telling you this because I don't want to be a spy, but I will be working with rebels now. You deserve to know. Major Khalil listens carefully. You're putting yourself at great risk telling me this. I know, but I've spent 12 years being honest. I can't start lying now. For the next 2 weeks, Ahmad responds only to rebel calls. He transports their wounded, ignores government requests. Each time he refuses a government call, a piece of his soul dies. His reputation, built over 12 years of neutrality, crumbles in days. Other drivers whisper. Ahmad has chosen a side finally. Malik sees his father's anguish. Baba, you're dying inside. Better I die inside than you die outside. Then the inevitable happens. Ahmad is transporting rebel wounded when they're stopped at a government checkpoint. Step out of the vehicle, orders a young lieutenant. I'm on a medical run. These men need urgent care. These men are rebel fighters. You're transporting enemy combatants. You're under arrest for collaboration with terrorist organizations. Ahmad is pulled from his ambulance and taken to a detention facility. Endless questions in a cold room. You've been working exclusively with rebels for 2 weeks. Why? They threatened my family. So you chose treason over courage. I chose my children over strangers. Is that treason? Major Khalil visits him. Ahmad, I told my superiors about our conversation. It's the only reason you're not in a much worse place. But I need something from you. Information about rebel medical facilities. Supply routes. I won't be a spy. You already chose a side by working for rebels. Now choose again. I never wanted to choose at all. Ahmad refuses to provide intelligence. After 5 days, he's released without explanation. He returns home to find Salma terrified, Malik angry, and his phone full of messages from the rebel commander, demanding to know where he's been. 3 days later, Ahmad is ordered to transport rebel wounded. When he arrives, he finds not wounded fighters, but executed government soldiers, their bodies being displayed as propaganda. Document this, the rebel commander orders, shoving a camera at Ahmad. The world needs to see what we do to regime dogs. Ahmad looks at the bodies. Young men, someone's sons, dead not in battle, but murdered after capture. I'm a medic, not a propagandist. You're whatever we need you to be. Something breaks in Ahmad. 12 years of witnessing horrors, of trying to find humanity in humanity. All of it collapses. No, I won't document war crimes. I won't transport your fighters. I won't work for you. Do whatever you want to me, but I'm done. The commander stares at him. Your family will have to survive without me, because I can't survive this anymore. I'd rather die trying to help everyone than live helping murderers. Ahmad walks to his ambulance, expecting a bullet. It doesn't come. He drives to the medical center, tells Layla he's quitting, hands over the keys, and walks away from 12 years of service. At home, he tells Salma and Malik everything. We're leaving Aleppo. Tonight, we go to Latakia with Noor and abandon everyone who needs the ambulance. Malik asks, I can't help anyone if I'm dead. I can't maintain neutrality if both sides demand loyalty. I'm broken, Malik. I have nothing left. They pack quickly. Ahmad takes one last look at his home, the city he spent 12 years trying to heal. In Latakia, they reunite with Noor. The whole family is changed. Ahmad finds work in a garage, fixing cars again. Simple work. No moral complexity. Just engines that either work or don't. But he can't sleep. Every night he dreams of the wounded he's left behind, the calls he doesn't answer, the lives he's not saving. Malik finds him one night, sitting awake at 3 a.m. You did good work, Baba. For 12 years you helped everyone. And in the end, I helped no one. Both sides see me as traitor. What did it achieve? You showed it's possible to care about everyone, even when the world demands you choose. But I failed. I had to choose anyway. You chose us, your family. That's not failure. 6 months later, Ahmad receives a letter. No return address. Ahmad Mansour. You helped me once. I was a government soldier you rescued. My son was born healthy. I named him Ahmad. You gave me a life I wouldn't have had. Thank you for choosing mercy, even when it cost you everything. A grateful soldier. Ahmad reads it 3 times. Tears streaming. Maybe Malik is right. Maybe showing that caring is possible, even briefly, even imperfectly, matters. Ahmad Mansour, the ambulance driver who refused to choose sides, ultimately chose the hardest side of all, his own humanity, his own limits, his own breaking point. He didn't save Syria. He didn't end the war. He didn't maintain perfect neutrality. He just drove an ambulance for 12 years, helped whoever needed help, and when forced to betray his principles or his family, he chose family. Some would call that failure. Ahmad calls it surviving. The last ride ended not with glory, but with an old ambulance driver fixing cars in Latakia, carrying the weight of 1,247 rescues and countless impossible choices, proving that sometimes the bravest thing isn't staying in the fight, it's knowing when to leave.